Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ramarani. Welcome to Skillify session by Amity University online. So, the topic that I am going to talk about is the law of empowerment in the revival of the tourism sector. So, let us proceed. We all know that life is uncertain. Lord, grant us the courage to face the uncertainty of life. And in the same way, we all have faced this great pandemic of COVID-19. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, the year 20 was the graph itself shows minus 4% of downfall in the international tourist arrivals in the year 2020. The overall prospects of a rebound in the later seem to have been worse. Gradually, countries start keeping strict travel restrictions. One has very rightly said that desire amplify the inequitable aspects of idleness is action. The ones somehow trying to secure positions. There were almost 1,000 firms in India that voluntarily shuttered, departures stopped. Experts say not distress, as emotional distress is a shot to the chest. But there have been several causes where some areas were critical to handle and were creating worldwide distress, like that of unemployment, job security. Yes, the firms were firing their employees because of the financial crisis. More than thousands of firms were closed and the borders were sealed for entry and exit. Flight operations were stopped. Now, we have been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be at the digital media operations. Digital media has enabled us to build more stages of expression for our coming generations. And yes, through online webinars, interactions became globally possible. Tourists were getting facilitated by the virtual tours concept from organizations like Airbnb India and so on. Government interventions were made set to where few firms were trying to secure their existing and resourceful employees. The overall economic crisis was preparing the private, public, government, and multinational industries. They were all busy making action plans for economic recovery, trying to raise the curve to the development stage. However, among all these, there existed problems like lack of surety for the tourists to go outside of the home, fear of contaminated with the virus, instability for the layman in their current positions, and least number of investments were made and observed around the world during the pandemic. At the same time, the curve of this employment rate was going down and down. But my question over here is how to overcome the losses, how to revive the loss of the so-called leisure industry. What organizational framework is needed to set a new platform for the apathetic employees or to modernize gadgets and platforms will solve the problems? There are some clues on how to yes, the law of empowerment on everything. Yes, these were the tactics followed by Henry Ford, a revolutionary innovator of the industry. But these days, what we see, those who have the potential to undermine your leadership generally perceive a threat to their values or institutional, personal, or resource-based power, whatever it may be. Actually, it all depends on how you manage it. It depends on what is your. Again, here are key points to learn more about empowerment. An eccentric attitude could be again awkward to someone, a person who behaves in an odd or unusual way. But carrying an eccentric attitude may not be always negative. It can let you think differently, set unusual goals which the majority may not think, and you may be the one among the hundreds of the employees. Next is keep on going attitude. No matter whatever the situation is, keep on working hard. Search for the best options and solutions for your organization. After all, an innovative mind is the outcome of the feeling of freedom, which promotes abundance and prosperity. Secure leaders give power to others. To lead others, you have to help them to reach their potential. That means encouraging them, giving them power, and helping them to succeed. Leadership is about making others win. For any organization, it is utmost important to choose a boss, a good boss. A good boss makes his men realize they have more ability than they think, so that they can consistently do better work than they thought could. Secondly, resistance to change. If there is resistance to change, there is resistance to ideas. Our work is the presentation of our capabilities. And when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. We all care for job security, right? But you will be shocked to know that the number one enemy of empowerment is the desire for job security. If you have ability to continually empower others and help others, you will be an asset for your organization. And until you value yourself, you vote your time. And until you value your time, will not do anything with it. You will be to others as you have been yourself. Now, the famous saying, don't tell how to do things, tell them what to do and let them surprise you with the result. This was said by George S. Patton. Give them the freedom to think, to suggest you at times and find an immediate solution. You will be surprised to find the ocean-like ideas. It's a normal stage of development, especially when an organ open to face the first phase is about the fear of entering the market, especially for the entrepreneurs and employees who secure everyone do. In my suggestion, be confident risk as an entrepreneur. And as an employee, do not think of securing, rather think differently and share with yours. Phase 2 is taking a risk and investing or working in accordance with company policy in fulfill targets. Oh, come on, do invest, but be the first person to raise a voice in your company in need of changing their policy. The third phase is all set. Good performance should set new benchmarks as usual. And low performance requires updates. At the time, the change needed in trending with the market and current demand of the clients. It is important, especially for an industry like tourism. Last phase is about delivery. Always deliver and you may avoid the failures. Now, there are two roles played to perform in the sector. One, working inside an industry as an employee, and the other is entrepreneurship. You know, nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. So, eyes open, widely open. Country like India is rich in rural life and their men and women, the rural men and women who are no less talented. Empower them with the skills they have, hire them, train them. Government is taking steps ahead to empower them, bringing their destinations in projects, involving them in their day-to-day living and growth. There are activities like handicraft making and so on. Seems like these scheme aims to promote, develop, harness the potential of tourism. Planning a tour packages of the current being seen is at times important for you. If you learn self-control, you can master anything. Bill Gates said that as we look ahead in the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Choose such leaders for your organization. As up enough to understand who is beneficial to you and your organization. That's the art of sensing good people. Work as a team, sometimes as a family. Again, make yourself indispensable by yourself dispensable. As a supervisor, be active in giving credit to the one who actually deserves. Last but not the least, here comes the reviving therapy. Your success will be determined by your own confidence and fortitude. Your courage is adversity because confidence is a beautiful thing you can possess. A leader is one who knows the way, goes and shows the way. To push people down, you have to go down with them. Don't be afraid, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered, and act but not be calm and meditate sometimes when you're free at home. There should be flexibility in operation, an attitude of adaptation to change, no matter the situation is. Not only we can set new goals and touch the sky in the era. So I'm sure this therapy will also be quite for others industries. Leaders become great not because of their power, because of their ability to empower others. This beautiful saying is by John Maxwell. You can empower yourself only by empowering others. That's the law of empowerment all about. So that's all. Thank you so much and have a great day.